everybody back with some free consulting info again. So I'll just jump right in. So what is a good way to know when it's time to change your way of doing something in your business? Very, very general question, right? Um, so when things are showing diminishing returns or no returns after you've you've given you've given it a fair trial of time and effort, maybe you can consider changing something about it or changing it or supplementing it with something else, adding or taking away variables and are changing aspects of it. So I'm just giving a very, very general type of beginning of an answer right there, right? Also, by the way, I just want to explain these. I'm repurposing content. I've typed up many different essays over the years of just free consult invite advice in business. I do marketing. Talk about that later. But what happens is I've typed up a ton of info from experience I've literally had trying to get startups off the ground and seeing what works. Um, Learn things from mentors, learn things from courses, and learn things from actual experience. So like courses can teach you a ton of things, like building it and starting the process. There's mentors who can tell you how to bridge the gap with like higher levels of marketing. So, oh, you built something, but you want to make sales. Let's tell you how to make sales, right? And maybe there's things that works for periods of times. Maybe there's things that are timeless. So I've learned a lot of stuff. So I literally structure all this information I've learned over the years into essays. I type up the essays very fast, so there's a lot of typos, and also I might have I try to type it in such a way to just get the idea out, but I've misworded something. So when I'm reading it word for word, I'm also segueing a little bit, maybe not remembering that in the very next sentence I might have explained something I just segued. So it's a little bit jumbled up, but I'm just gonna try and get the main ideas out properly and then segue and explain things in detail and blah blah blah, right? Just to get this information out. So that's why what I'm saying will excuse me be jumbled at times. If it is, unless I just quickly see what it is and fix it before I even say it, right? Without even really stopping somehow, because I'm reading this in real time, right? So when things are showing, okay, I already did say that. So what is your goal? Is your goal conversions? Is it scaling? Is it easier conversions? Is it saving time? Is it saving money? Is it successful projects? Is it customer satisfaction? Is it hitting a milestone or a goal that has a deadline? Is it just progress at all? Any type of thing you can see that you're moving the needle in the direction you want to go in, right? At all. Because at one point that wasn't happening, so if you can get it from not happening to happening, hey, that's good, right? You have something to work with there. All right. Scrolled a little bit too much, so I gotta scroll back to where I was. All right, so about to jump right back in. Excuse me on that little wait there. So think what exactly you need to get out of think what exactly do you need to get to your goal, whether you have the resources or ability to hit that goal or not. Think about exactly what would it take. So whether you have the money, the time, the maybe you need more than one person, whatever, the focus, without burning out. Whether you have that or not, think about exactly what exactly would it take, regardless of whether you have the resources or not. Right? Just keep that in mind. So conversions. Now I'm just talking about specific parts of it. So conversions, or if you want conversions, well, there's marketing that converts. There's more volume of marketing, whether it's paid or organic. There's in time to market or money to pay for marketing, right? Kind of just explain some of these things. Also, being able to afford the cost of the product or service you are delivering if the price is built into the price that the customer pays, right? So you have to be making enough back to continue being able to pay for this product or service to be made, because you don't just get it out of thin air, obviously, right? So that would be a system where the math was already done. Um, so scaling more paid and non-paid campaigns. So if you want scaling, there's more paid, and I'm just giving some examples of how you can scale. So more paid and non-paid campaigns, more networking, more asking customers or asking network connections if they know any customers, and even offering a commission for a referral, right? So that's just something you can do to get them to actually want to give you a referral, or even might want to try and look for one, because whatever the price that their referral is going to pay you, especially if it's B2B. So it's not like you're selling something from a store that's low ticket. If it was B2B, just giving the example, like people be paying like 500 to many thousands of dollars, and you could just send them a cut for the referral after making sure the math is done out, that everything else was covered from that paying price, and you paid yourself, and then you paid them a certain amount, and that could be quick money for them. So maybe they'll be happy to pay you. They'll be happy to receive money for referring something. Some of these people might even want to have the client themselves, and maybe they're have too much capacity, or maybe it wasn't the best match for them, but you could take that customer and maybe you figure out how to make that work. Maybe it's a good match for you, maybe, and just not for them. And so maybe they'd rather, instead of them knowing they might not want to even try and make money off that customer because it's not a good match, they could just give it to you and still make something. Like, that's something to keep in mind. Like, if you're talking to them about like why they could have a customer, and they might want to just hand that customer to you and still get paid for not doing anything except handing the customer to you, and then you handle that customer and get what you need. Then you can even get a testimonial and a review afterwards as well. So like, while you cutting away some money, you still get value, you still get experience, you still get to see that what you can bring results. This is good that you're putting something into the engine so you can get your business going, or keep the momentum that you're processing, bringing value and satisfying customers, right? So more time and effort and money spent on organic and paid marketing. I'm continuing making pages on more platforms, like social media platforms, connecting and networking with bigger names or businesses to help increase the amount of awareness for your brand to more audiences. Some of these businesses will talk about, hey, can you post my content and I'll post your content? Some of them, they ask to, post for post or whatever, right? To help increase awareness on both sides. Maybe they're in the same niche. Maybe they have audiences that are into the similar things, or maybe the audiences feed into each other, even though they have different products or services, right? Maybe it's in the same niche enough that they should be promoting each other and helping each other out. And they might have big followings both, or maybe one of them has less of a following, but there's still a value exchange that they're helping each other. Probably have the same types of customers, even though the customers might be needing different things from each, right? You're also growing on social media platform faster for doing it. So I'm just adding in a bunch of segues, explaining some of the benefits of things, right? So making pages on more platforms, connecting, networking, bigger names. I did say that. Increasing the awareness of your brand to more audiences with bigger brands, going for even and then I talked about billboards and TV commercials, etc. As if you go bigger and bigger, obviously, right? Or how big is your business already? Some businesses are already doing that, so you probably don't even need to hear anything I'm saying, because you're probably making enough, right? Or you know how to, or it's just naturally happening for you, or you've just put in enough time and years and have so much awareness, you're just making enough, right? So let's talk about, you want more conversions. So both scaling and conversions talking points that I said makes up that. Saving time and saving money. You can hire experts to do a great job and pay them more. This can mean you hire less workers and there is no costly mistakes made. You can also delegate and outsource your own tasks to free up time. Um, Also, find what works so well that you can channel money and time there while not needing to put time and money in other areas, as fewer things that are actually completing the task having so fewer things completing the task can mean you're focusing your resources more on those few things and moving the needle more. Maybe you want to keep it spread out and have attacking from other angles. That's not a bad idea, but like if you can't afford to do that, or if you see that there's no need to do that, yeah, you can figure out where to focus it more. Or that's probably naturally what you already did. You just probably cut out things that just wasn't giving enough, giving enough back, even after very, very long amounts of time of investing into that. Maybe it just wasn't a good use of time. Or maybe you'd see maybe 10 years later that thing starts giving back. Who knows, right? But it's just not like the best thing you could be doing, or the best thing that could be taking up any time, energy, or money. In regards to, quote unquote, like I'm kind of really talking about marketing when it comes to that, right? That's like a marketing type of thing that, where are you putting your time, energy, and money, and what's giving back. If you see things giving back more, you're probably just focusing more on those things because that's, where you putting your money literally to get money back. Like it's important to, I guess, be efficient about that, unless you've just grown so much you have money to throw around for no reason, right? So where was I? All right, so I said delegate and outsource your own tasks to free up time. Also find what works so well that you can channel money and time into it while not needing to put okay, my fault. I already said that. So having strict rules that ensure things get done and that they get done properly saves both time and money, obviously. And time as there's less or no mistakes or no having to go back and repeat things, which can be costly, whether you're repeating saying it or repeating having to do something that should have already gotten done, but it didn't get completed or couldn't even, whatever, right? Also make sure that you and your client and customer, client and or customer are on the same page about the exact rules and explain the rule. Make sure you're on the same page about the exact rules and exact plan and the exact exchange going on, so that there isn't any time or money cost coming from a misunderstanding or downfall out of the contract that can cost everyone time and money. So that's just me finishing that point. All right, so let's say I'm talking about, okay, you want a successful project, right? So everything I said in the saving time and money and conversions, also stick to the rules no matter what. If the rules are regarding making sure that there is the best chance possible to succeed, and do everything you must do on your end of the project. So if it succeeds, everyone wins. If it fails, there is no refund, as you did everything you explained you would do and provided all the value that you would provide from your end, and you already spoke on this in the contract, so that you had a successful project and you can document with proof showcasing data and actions that you did. So you should also, like I said, when I said in the prior video, you should be tracking everything. That I should have already brought that up at some point here, but you track everything. And even if something happens where there's some type of miscommunication, whatever, you do everything you need to. I shouldn't really have to say this. Like, you would already know this, as if you're a business owner, you're taking full responsibility for everything, period. So that's just something you're taking full responsibility to win, and to make sure you win, you make sure you do everything. So you record everything. so that you can literally show proof that you did everything you need to do. That way, if something doesn't work out, you have proof that you did everything you need to do. So it wasn't on your end, so there's no refund, and that should be in the contract as well, or whatever, right? So it would be something that was on their end that they didn't do, but you already told them what you were gonna do, and you have proof that you did it. Picture footage, video footage of you literally doing it. Whatever information you even probably had in the contract that you're going to report to them throughout the campaign or whatever that was going on, so that they had this information. So what happens is, like, they agreed to everything before it started and everything you said you were going to do. So it's either something on their end or it's something that was a part of the deal that maybe it wasn't going to work for some reason. Which also means that you need to figure out how to make it succeed, but that's knowledge you learn from mentors or experience and getting better at it. But what happens is you just make sure you did everything you had to do. That's the whole point, right? So yeah, you there's no refund, as you did everything you explained you would do and provided all value. So you had a successful project and can document with proof via showcasing data and actions. You took the data and actions you took to showcase proof via showcasing data and actions you took to showcase that you were able to do exactly what you explained in your contracts, regardless of project success or not, and regardless if the contract is followed by other parties or not. So me saying within the next few sentences the thing I just segued and said, right? So now we're moving on to customer satisfaction. So let's say you want customer satisfaction. Follow your end of the contract regarding exactly what you told the customer you would do, and provide them with before they handed over any money. This way they will be happy that you did what they have actually paid you to do based on what they have actually understood from the transaction and the contract. Always do exactly what you say you're going to do. So I just repeated the same thing again, but to explain customer satisfaction, right? All right, so let's say you want to hit a milestone or a goal that has a deadline. Well, everything I said in scaling, as that, so everything I said in scaling applies, as that will help you it will help you hit it faster, and be ready to especially pump more money behind what works, so you can bring forth the results multiplied many times over, as you need to hit certain amounts of results before a time frame, right? So that's me talking about hitting a milestone. So just to continue, and when it comes to knowing when to switch what's going on, you just ask yourself, what is your goal? Are you meeting your goal at all? Would you like your goal to be amplified or multiplied more? And or is there any of these things I mentioned earlier that you aren't doing to help you hit those goals? So you just fill in the blanks with things that I mentioned earlier. There's obviously more stuff than that, but I just talked about a bunch of general things that do have to do with getting the needle moving and securing you succeeding, and securing you not even having the refund when you do succeed, and securing multiplying the results more, right? All things that I spoke on. All things that have to do with moving the needle in business, actually your business growing and succeeding and making profit and revenue, right? And having a good reputation because you're doing what you're supposed to do for customers. So they're gonna probably have good things to say, which can bring you more customers and more brand growth and awareness, and brand growth and awareness from the marketing itself. So I'm just kind of, in general, all these things are working together, right? They're all synergizing, right? So what are you doing to help you hit those goals? Or is anything you are doing that could be taking away from those goals? Or maybe you need to give things time and collect data on what's going on, so you can have an idea of what's working and what's not working. This could mean documenting everything all together and also separating things apart and watching them on their own individual progress rate to grade how well that piece to the puzzle is bringing you closer to the goal. And if you need to keep it, increase it, lower it, or discard it, or change it. You keep studying the entire system and each part of it until you can piece together perfect or the most well performing method to get you where you are trying to go. And if something isn't giving returns for a trial period, maybe it's time to switch that out or study how it can be upgraded or changed so that you can now finally help you get your result, right? Your business is a bunch of systems you are holding together to work together to provide value in exchange for value, aka money, right? So you're giving them something and they're giving you money in exchange for it, usually, unless you're trading stuff, right? Like trading things where there's not money for something else, right? So you're providing value in exchange for value, aka money from customers or money from another business if it's B2B, right? To make sure that the business is working optimally and always achieving the goal you want and or working towards it, you have to monitor all the systems and see what needs to be changed, upgraded, or switched out via testing and trialing everything, and also documenting everything that's going on with every part. Did I say daily there? I said DAIL. So that's me talking about typing fast, and maybe there's even words that didn't even need to be there. But it was the main idea. So I said daily. I don't know if you work on your business daily, but every time you do something, anything happens, you should document it. So I said documenting every part of it daily. If you're doing it daily, right? Or if there's something happening daily, document it, please. Because you need that information to refer back to for any type of reason at all. So you don't have to try and remember it. Like, you can actually just read it. Maybe you remember everything. It's cool, but don't ever forget something that you might have needed for any type of reason. You don't even have to know the reason you might need it. Like, just don't let that happen to you. Because you not having that information could mean that you just lost something. You could have lost a deal. You could have lost a password. You can't get into an account and lost money in the account, or you found a lead somewhere and you need to access a social media account and you can't talk to that lead ever again because you try to make a new account and add them. They won't even see your DM because they're getting millions of DMs. But they found you on that account you were on because you built up that account for years, and they'll answer your DM because you have a huge following, right? Like, I'm just being funny, but like, and it's not just passwords, not just like anything. Like, oh, you said you were going to do such and such for a customer and that's recorded somewhere and you lost that, or you didn't document that, and then you didn't follow through on it. Well, you just lost that customer and you just lost some reputation, or you did the math on how something was going to be and you lost that information, and there's certain numbers you can't get back. Like, just always document everything. Do it for no reason, literally. Because if there ever has to be a reason, it's good you have that to refer to so that you can now pull yourself out of anything with that information. Including if you do something incorrect and you documented it, you can know to never do that ever again and have an updated way of doing something. Because over the years, you'll try all these different things or whatever. And yeah, you could have great memory, but like, you could understand things that don't work and have that documented, and then you now narrow down the process to only doing things that work. Sometimes that's how it is, right? But you can have it documented what not to do anymore, so now you're only doing things that are probably going to work, or trying new things that have potential, right? So aka you're becoming this person who's just better at business because you're documenting everything, and you're taking everything into consideration when you make decisions, including your own documented information that you have from your own history and own knowledge and understanding and actual experiences to help guide you, right? Let me just continue. I'm almost done. So just to continue what I was saying, that way if things improve, so I segued and said all this stuff, but I'm gonna say it in the next sentence. So after I said you're also documenting everything that's going on, so you can know with every part daily. And then after that, I said that way if things improve, you can know exactly why and where it's probably coming from. So you can also make sure you keep those areas and even pour more time and effort and money into those if needed, if it's needed, right? So I was saying documenting to figure out what works best, and that's pretty much kind of what I said there. Then I added on pouring even more into what's working. The long term. Then I said next, the long term documenting also allows you to quickly identify anything unwanted that happens, so you can see and find out where that happened and start navigating how to fix it or switch parts that cause unwanted scenarios. So basically everything I just said. All right, so that's that. Or that's the free business information for today. So basically, what I'll say now at the end, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, and I'll mention in every video at the end. I do marketing. I just put my Facebook link in my bio on my YouTube. So I do I do online marketing pretty much on any social media platform and Google Ads. We do it on Facebook as well, and my page is on Facebook. So I paste. I'm reading this and repurposing paragraphs that I pasted to essays I posted to Facebook. So I post this stuff. I literally would try to do it daily, but it turns into, a few days a week. Very busy, but what happens is I put that out, and then also finding clients there. And then what happens is I'm expanding to YouTube, so I'm offering free information. You use this for free, and I hope it helps you if there's anything I'm saying that can help. And then at the same time, if you'd like help with further marketing, you can go to my Facebook link, which is in my bio on YouTube. I hope I said YouTube and not Instagram earlier. So I'm on this YouTube channel. You go to the link in the bio, you click on that, and then you can DM me there. And then via DM, or you can set up a call, or just message me and ask, what we offer. And if you need me to say it on the phone, I can do that as well. And then explain how I can market for you and help you get your conversions or leads or whatever type of conversion you need. But we'll work towards it, and we'll see if I'm a good fit for you, basically, right? So just message me, and I will explain to you exactly what we're gonna do and how we'll do it, and then you can decide if we're a good fit. So you can find me at Facebook. And again, I hope this information helped you, and have a great day.